His next film would set him on a collision course with both Columbia and his audience. With Lost Horizon, Frank departed from the Americana of Mr. Deeds and set out to make an epic adventure that was also a deeply felt personal film.
He just fell in love with that picture. And this was at a time when Frank was feeling very confident, perhaps overconfident. You know, there's a genius syndrome in this town, so it was only natural that he might have fallen victim to it for a while at least.
Welcome to Shangri-La.
The film tells the story of Shangri-La, a monastery that will be the last refuge for a world about to be torn apart by war.
Lost Horizon is just great. I mean, it's you know, that's everybody's fantasy. I mean, Lost Horizon lives in everybody's heart.
His films, you can spot him. You can look at him and you can say, that's a Capra film. Even Lost Horizons, which was physically, it was not about America in any way, and yet it was about this idealistic dream kind of thing.
I determined to gather together all things of beauty and of culture that I could, and preserve them here against the doom toward which the world is rushing.
The whole idea of the story is we are about to enter a time of such blood and violence that, like Shakespeare says, men will but laugh when they see their children slaughtered with the hands of war. And we will retain our purity here, and we will help the world.
Well, he saw this as a tremendous epic, and Columbia poured more money into it than it ever had before. Harry Cohn screaming all the while.
When Mr. Cohen would come on the set, Frank wouldn't bother to argue with or do anything about it. He'd just say, cut. I mean, there wasn't any and if or but. He just cut the whole thing down, and he went down and sat in the corner, smoked a cigarette and something till Harry left. You can imagine Harry Cohen, the minutes going by and the money going up, and nothing was happening on his set, so he would leave in fury, and then Frank would say, all right, I will continue.
He shot Lost Horizon much, much longer than could possibly be released. Now that, to my mind, who am I to question a great director like Capra? But I will question it. It is wasteful of not just money, but the efforts of the cast and everybody concerned for something that can't be used.
Frank and his cinematographer Joseph Walker pushed themselves and Columbia to the limits of their resources. As the costs soared, so did the pressure.
Even when you get to an A picture like Lost Horizon, there were things that had to be overcome where they built the set. When they went out in the daytime, they found that if the camera was too high, you'd see phone poles and wires for the city of Burbank, I think, that was beyond. And it was Joe Walker that suggested to Frank, why don't we make these scenes of the city at large at night? And this is something, as the cinematographer is proposing a lot more work for himself. It's going to increase the budget, but it worked. And what do you remember? You remember that city at night.
When Coleman had to make up his mind to leave, I mean, there's not a word, there's nobody to talk to, and you see it all in his face and his eyes.
He pauses to take that last look back at Shangri-La. My heavens, the emotion in that close-up and the size of the shot and Coleman's performance, this is what it's all about. I mean, that's one of the best close-ups in the history of motion pictures.
wants to be that guy. Everybody wants to go out and, and say, the hell with it, I'm going back. And be, he's disappeared. He's going back to find that past or whatever it is, That's a wonderful, that's a primal myth, Lost Horizon.
They took it up to Santa Barbara, and it was just dismal. They had walkouts, and of course, Capra was crestfallen, and Cohn was furious.
So Harry Cohn took over the picture and recut the film. He cut like another hour out of the film, and Capra was excluded from this, and he was extremely angry and bitter. He wouldn't even attend the premiere of the film. And the film did pretty well, but it didn't make a profit for about 5 years.
And that really was the beginning of the end for Capra and Cohn.